South Africa will commemorate Human Rights Day on Monday, the 21st of March. Activists, members of the public and social justice organizations are expected together at Constitutional Hill for 3 days, starting today. Now, in its fourth year, the annual event marks the day with exhibitions and conversations around human rights issues. Newzroom Afrika's reporter Katlego Legodi is at Constitution Court and joins us now live. Katlego, this is a 3-day event to mark, of course, Human Rights Day. What can we possibly expect today?
Well, Thero, it's already a hive of activity here in Braamfontein at Constitution Hill. That is where, of course, scores of activists have gathered. They've already started, packing up, and they've already started setting up, rather, in terms of, that all 3-day important event where human rights, will be ventilated through dialogue. That today we'll see 3, panel sessions, one on education, one on health, and taking stock on the socio-economic activities happening here in South Africa, where, of course, the public and even panelists will thresh it out in terms of taking stock of where we are as a country 28 years into democracy, the day culminating with the celebration of 25 years of the country's constitution, that all-important Human Rights Day, where we saw a whole lot of activists back in the years coming, to the fore to try fight for this right that we have here today. So we'll see a whole lot of activists and individuals attending here in the 3 days, discussing, in terms of where we are as a country and if those rights that were fought for in the past are really being experienced here on the ground 28 years into democracy. One of the organizations that is going to be taking part in a panel session here is the Ahmed Kathrada Foundation, and they are all-important stakeholder here. They will be taking part in a panel session around the issues of xenophobia. I'm joined now by Delani Majola. He's from the Ahmed Kathrada Foundation. He's one of the panelists, and his will be around the issues of xenophobia. But he's just going to be letting us in on their role here, in this 3 days and what they're expecting to get out of this all-important event. Delani, welcome to Newsroom 405. Maybe just let us in on, as the Ahmed Kathrada Foundation, what are you hoping to get out of this all-important in the 3-day festival?
Well, firstly, thank you for hosting us. So the Ahmed Kathrada Foundation is very thrilled to be part of this 3-day festival. We look forward to engaging with the scores of attendees who will be coming through. And our involvement really is, we are quite deeply involved throughout the festival. So today we have a stall whereby we'll be showcasing some of the work that the Kathrada Foundation does and how the general public can reach out and communicate with us. Tomorrow we will be hosting a documentary screening, and this will essentially be looking at the life and activism of lifelong struggle stalwart Ahmed Kathrada, and it will be followed by a panel discussion just unpacking Kathrada's own activism and his life, because this year we will be marking 5 years since his passing. And then on Monday, the 21st of March, we will firstly host a discussion unpacking the human cost of xenophobia. That will be a discussion that is spearheaded by the Kathrada Foundation, followed by another panel that will be part of, together with the UN, and that will just be amplifying the voices against xenophobia. And then lastly, there will be a panel discussion that the Kathrada Foundation will be part of, alongside the Daily Maverick.
Thank you very much, Delani. Of course, the day is expected to see a whole lot of people, gather here at the Constitution Hill. You can imagine it's been 2 years of no action where festivals are concerned, and a whole lot of people that have already interacted with here on the ground this morning. They're saying they're looking forward to this 3 days. This 3 days would also see, a festival in terms of music, in terms of exhibitions that are being showcased here. And of course, we'll get today. We'll see Matlasela, the legend, taken to the stage here on the ground to just, entertain those that are gathered here. We'll also see the panel discussions, those 3 panel discussions that will be discussing issues of human rights. I'm going to ask my colleague Max to just pan for us, and we'll show you what is happening here on the ground in terms of the setup. You can see that we have Access Chapter 2. That's one of the organizations that has a stall here. We have the Valued Citizen Initiative. We have the Pro Bono organization that is here. Banti organization is here. We have the African Young Indigenous Leaders that are here as well, and we'll just basically be interacting with some of them in terms of what they're expecting to get out of here. And of course, we're seeing exhibitions. We'll be seeing exhibitions around, issues of human rights, injustices. They'll be thrashed out. We have the Universal Rights Association. The human rights is also here. The UN human rights is also here. And we'll be seeing a lot of them coming through to the fore and trying to ventilate this issue of human rights. We are 28 years into democracy as a country, Tseho, and there have been a lot of injustices that are still taking place when issues of health are concerned. There are a whole lot of injustices that are still taking place where education is concerned. There are injustices as well that are still taking place where issues of Greenpeace are concerned. So we'll be seeing all of those issues being ventilated. Lawyers for human rights as well. They'll be here today. We're coming to you from the old fort entrance of the Constitution Hill. There is already a stage that is set up at Seho. So you can imagine that this is going to be a hive of activities throughout this 3 days. In its fourth installment, this initiative, this festival here, of course, they've been waiting for COVID-19 to just die down a bit and the regulations to be eased, but they're actually encouraging a whole lot of people to come out in their numbers and gather here at the Constitution Hill for this 3 days, where we'll be seeing a whole lot of discussions around issues of human rights leading up to the 21st of March, that all-important Human Rights Day that we'll see the day coming, the event coming to a close on Mondays.